A pregnant woman says that she was targeted and discriminated against by two abortion groups affiliated with the United Nations. Yes, a pregnant woman thrown out at the United Nations. Tanya Granick-Allen says she was kicked out of an event hosted by the International Planned Parenthood Federation. She joins us now from our Toronto studios. I am just shocked by this, Tanya, treating a pregnant woman this way. Tell us what happened.
Well, I don't demand special rights as a pregnant woman, but what I demand is basic courtesy, respect, and equality. So what happened is I showed up to a official UN side event sponsored by, as you said, International Planned Parenthood Federation and another organization called IPAS, which actually distributes vacuum aspirators to help perform abortions around the world. And I went into the event, took my seat, got settled, the event started, the few minutes in they were speaking. When I was basically, someone tapped me and said, you know what, you need to come out, you need to register. I said, well, I'm sitting, the speeches are going on, what do you want? Essentially, I was manhandled, removed from the room, denied access to the room, specifically because I was not on their preferred list of NGOs, non-governmental organizations. And when I went back to even retrieve my items, after pleading with them, like, I'm not feeling well, I'm pregnant, I have my seat already, they grabbed my purse, grabbed my belongings, and pretty much walked out of the room. I demanded they let go, of course, because nobody has the right to touch my purse. And I said, this is discriminatory, this is unjust. I've seen several people walk in who hadn't registered. I suppose I'm not on the preferred NGO list.
Are you on the side of milk cartons at the UN head office? What's going on?
Not at all, but you'd think an organization which promotes education for women and true choice, my body, my choice, would truly allow women to come to an event and at least be educated on their perspective. Since I took the choice and opted to continue my pregnancy, why should I be discriminated against?
Well, this kind of, it puts the lie to that it's all about choice, but really there is only one choice that they support.
No, it's true. And if you sat through and listened to the content of the program, which actually someone else that I knew had and provided notes to me, you'll see what they were really wanting was to promote what they call safe, legal abortion around the world. And unless women have the right to have an abortion at any stage in their pregnancy, doesn't matter why, when, or what age, even as young as 9, then they will not stop and they will not rest till they see this through. And
so until the whole world adopts the Canadian model where it's taxpayer funded and there's no restrictions. I mean, you can't be like France and say nothing after 12 weeks. That would be bad, that would be evil.
Well, that would be called promoting unsafe abortion, because, of course, women who try to self-abort after 12 weeks would then be put in an unsafe abortion situation, and their rights, therefore, would be violated.
All right, so here's what the International Planned Parenthood Federation is recommending. And remember, folks, we support this with our tax dollars that goes to the IPFF. Repeal laws that criminalize abortion and remove barriers on women and girls' access to safe abortion services. Safe for who? Make safe, legal abortion universally available, accessible, and affordable for all women and girls. Invest in effective preventive measures, including comprehensive sexuality education, elimination of gender discrimination and sexual violence, and full access to all modern contraceptive methods. Tanya, let me ask you this. These are all ideas generally pushed by the progressive left, the progressive political left, and yet they would tell us that if we tried to impose, I don't know, a Western way of life on other countries that don't accept that would be a colonialist mentality.
Well,
yet here they are saying you've got to accept all of this, whether it fits with their culture or not.
And that's exactly what I witnessed firsthand over many conferences at the United Nations, and again this past week. And just to be clear, this is a conference on population and development. So things like nutrition, hydration, access to education. I mean, you think that those would be topics discussed. Let me make it clear, the final document never once mentioned hydration, never once mentioned nutrition. It's pathetic when sexual and reproductive health rights, aka abortion, is mentioned, a dozen of times, but yet basic access to water is never mentioned once.
My introduction to this was when Prime Minister Stephen Harper, for the Millennial Development Goals, said Canada wants to champion the idea of lowering maternal or improving maternal health outcomes, basically helping mothers and babies survive until the babies are age 5, helping mothers survive pregnancy. And one of the NGOs came forward at an event with then CETA Minister Bev Oda and said, we can help reduce this mortality rate by 20%. And I said, great, how? And they said, we'll increase abortions.
Makes no sense.
And I said, how does that improve the mortality rate? Well, because we'll just get rid of ones and that will improve it.
Well, and
but this is their thinking, isn't it?
And that's why I think I was removed from the meeting, because me as a visibly pregnant woman was the poster of an unhealthy maternal health, bad maternal health. I don't know.
Unreal. Tanya, thanks for sharing this, and we'll continue to push your story out on social media today. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Brian.